Yo, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. So check it out, right behind me got the 2003 Acura 3.2 TL Type S. We're still putting in work on this car. What we're gonna be taking care of today is the oil leak that I told you guys we had. Just pulled the car in and in a matter of seconds we got a nice little puddle under the car, and that tells me that it's a pretty big leak, and it should be a pretty easy leak to find. So we're gonna go ahead and find the leak, we're gonna fix it, and then we're gonna move on with this car. All right, one more thing, guys. Automotive hoodies, Homie Hektor automotive hoodies are linked down in the description for you to buy. Support the channel, support the homie, we would really appreciate it. Homie Hektor automotive right there. Blah. All right, so 2003 Acura 3.2 TL Type S. Let's get on with the repair. All right, guys, first things first, as always, we're gonna jack up the car, and you wanna be as safe as possible, so always use jack stands, especially if you're gonna be working under the car. You want the car supported safely on jack stands, so let's go ahead and do that. Now we can lower the jack. Alright, guys, so taking a look under the car, you can clearly see that here's our oil pan, and if you look closely at the oil drain plug, you can clearly see that somebody has already butchered this drain plug. So what happened here was that the oil pan stripped, and they used an oversized drain plug to try to correct the issue, but it made it worse. You can clearly see right here the oil is dripping out of there. Obviously we have some other seepage around the oil pan gasket, around the transmission casing, but this is our main leak right here. You can see the puddle. You can see the puddle on the floor, that it's been dripping constantly, and our oil level is pretty low at this point. There you go, you saw it drip. So in order for this oil pan to come off, we're gonna have to remove the exhaust. We have an oxygen sensor here that we gotta disconnect. After we remove the exhaust, we can remove our oil pan from the car, install a new one on there with a new drain plug, because this one right here is no longer any good. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna put some penetrating fluid on these bolts right here, because I don't want these to strip, and it'll make it easier for them to come off once I put a little bit of a WD-40 or something like that on there. So I'm gonna soak them in penetrating fluid. I'm gonna leave it for a little bit, and then I'll come back and take them off. Now if you follow the exhaust up here in front of the radiator, there's 3 bolts or 3 nuts that you can also lubricate so that you don't strip them when you take the exhaust off. So that's what I'm going to do right now, is just spray some WD-40 up there. There's a total of 9 nuts that you got to lubricate. There's these that go to the back of the exhaust close to the catalytic converter. There's 3 that go up there on that flange right there. And if you follow the exhaust down to the front, then there's 3 more up here by the radiator. Alright, guys, now that I have the 9 14mm nuts soaking in penetrating fluid, what I'm gonna do is disconnect my O2 sensor, undo it from the clips so that the harness is freed from the clips, and this way when I undo the nuts I can bring the exhaust down, and this way we have access to our oil pan gasket and our oil pan. We just take off all the 10mm bolts around the oil pan and we're able to bring it down. Now you can access this harness from the top or from the bottom, but just get it unhooked. This way nothing gets tangled or dangled or hangled while you're removing the exhaust manifold. Alright, guys, this Milwaukee cordless impact is one of the best investments that I've made as far as tools is concerned. Along with this Milwaukee, you're also going to need a couple of extensions and a couple of swivels to make work of this exhaust. The good thing about this exhaust is that you only need a 14mm socket to take it off. I'm going to go ahead and put a link in the description of the video to all the tools that I used, so that if you guys want to purchase any, they are going to be down there for you guys to take a look. Alright guys, while it finishes draining down there, I'm gonna take the oil cap off just to help it out a little bit, let some air in here, push the oil out. And what I'm gonna do, just so that I don't forget, is I'm gonna install my Motivex quick fill funnel, and this is gonna make it so that I don't spill any oil. Alright guys, the only thing left to do here is to remove all the 10mm bolts along with these two 14mm right here. Again, we're making quick work of this using the 1/4 inch and the 3/8 Milwaukee cordless ratchet. Link will be in the description to both of these tools if you want to check them out. As you're taking off all these 10mm bolts, you're going to notice that some of these are longer than others, so try not to mix them up when you're putting everything back together. There's two 10mm bolts on the corners of the oil pan. You're gonna need a swivel socket or a swivel to access these 10mm bolts. And also on the front of the engine, right by the pulleys, there's 3 more 10mm bolts that you gotta take off, and you can access those by removing the right front wheel and the plastic cover to get access to them. Alright guys, so I called my local auto parts store and they wanted about 140 bucks for a brand new aftermarket oil pan. But I was at the junkyard already and I saw this one. They wanted 30 bucks for it, so I picked it up. Now I want to show you the difference between the threads here. This is the one that I picked up from the junkyard. The threads are still good. And on the one that came out of the car with the oversized drain plug, which by the way I would never do myself, I would never recommend using an oversized drain plug. If I'm gonna fix something, I'm gonna fix it right. So here you can see the oil pan that came off. There's absolutely no threads on this pan, and on the one that I picked up from the junkyard, you can see that the threads are still good here. And for 27 bucks guys, you can't beat that price. It sure beats buying an aftermarket pan for 140 bucks or using a tap and die and taking a chance with an aluminum oil pan. As you know, it doesn't always work. Alright guys, next thing you want to do is clean up the mating surface on the block real good by taking off all the old gasket material that was left over and using a little brake cleaner on a rag just to clean it up and make sure that you have a proper mating surface. You can see all the gasket material that was taken off right there. We're going to do the same thing on the oil pan. Make sure it's very, very clean before we apply any silicone on this. And when you apply silicone, make sure you don't go too thick. You don't got to put a blob of this on the oil pan. Remember guys that the oil pan is made to mate with the block pretty much 100%. The sealant is just there to prevent any leaks, and about an 1/8 inch thick of sealant is more than enough. You can see right here how I'm applying it. This is actually a little too much actually, but it's gonna seal and it's gonna get the job done right, and it's not gonna be a messy job. Okay guys, when reinstalling all the 10mm bolts around the oil pan, you want to start them by hand a couple threads and then use your power tools or your ratchet to tighten them up. Otherwise you're going to strip them and it's going to be a long day for you. Okay guys, quick tip for you guys. If you're getting kind of tired and the exhaust is kind of feeling heavy for you, what you want to do if you don't have somebody to help you out is get the jack to help you support the exhaust while you install the nuts and bolts. It's going to be safer and it's going to be easier for you. Okay, last thing I'm gonna do before I top it off with oil is I'm gonna swap out the oil filter, and what I'm using here is my Motive X oil filter remover. Link is in the description again to all the tools that I'm using. This one is pretty cool because all you do is put it on the filter, turn it clockwise. Once it grabs it, you turn it counterclockwise, and it makes quick work of removing that oil filter for you. There you have it guys, 2003 Acura 3.2 TL Type S. I like saying that. In the prior video we fixed the brake lights, and in that video we also announced a giveaway. So if you joined in the giveaway, today is the day that we choose a winner. So good luck to all you guys. You guys had to drop a comment, leave a like, put hashtag chingadera. No hashtag chingadera, no winner. Okay, so right now we're about to pick the winner for this little scan tool code reader. It's good for all you entry-level techs, so good luck to you guys. Let me pull out my phone. I gotta go find this video. So I'm going over to my channel right here. That's where we're at. Now this video right here, that's with the brake lights, that's where we fix the brake lights. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this link. Copy link. And then I'm gonna go into Google and type in YouTube random comment picker. Okay, and we are going to use the same one that we used last time, guys. The same one, random comment picker or pickawinner.com or something like that. Should look familiar to you guys if you have been participating in these giveaways. All right, so I'm gonna take my video and I'm gonna paste it right here. So good luck to all you guys. There it is, the video is pasted right there. You can see that. I'm gonna hit fetch and it's gonna go get all those comments. And I need to put in hashtag chingadera. I can't put anything goes because I did say you had to include that hashtag. Okay, so chingadera. Make sure I spelled it correctly. Hashtag chingadera. Make sure you spelled it correctly, because if you misspelled it, and it has happened before, then you won't be entered for this giveaway, and I do apologize for that. Alright, so we hit continue. And Larry Rodriguez, great video, Hector. I've never heard of that junkyard. I normally go to LKQ, and going to the junkyard is therapy. Hashtag chingadera. You can see that right there. Larry Rodriguez. Send me your info on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram right here. Boom. It's actually right here. Mira. Homie Hektor. Homie Hektor Automotive. Go ahead and pick up one of these hoodies too, homies. Link in the description below. Support the homie. Show me some love. It's a new year. Pick up a hoodie. It's a quality hoodie. You won't regret it. You won't regret it. So Larry Rodriguez, send me your info, or just let me know where you want this shipped, and that's it. I'm gonna end it right here, guys. We're gonna come back another day and work on the headlights. One of the HID lights doesn't work, and I think it's more than just a light bulb. So if you guys want to watch that, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to hit the little bell, and I'll see you on the next one.